If you are logging into MyTEAM today, this is what matters. Happy Friday, folks. We have a new set and a new festival, W2K. We have a ton of challenges to go over. Let's dive right into it because there's some very good cards that we're going to want to prioritize. Even with everything going on, we stick to our fundamentals. We lock in on the daily challenge. It is play multiplayer. That will go hand in hand with one of the challenges from the new set. But as usual, start off with your dailies and your exhibitions. Get as many done as you can. Back to the challenges tab. Under season 4, the new thing here is the Battlegrounds. Yes, we have a new festival, but we also have a brand new set. It's technically the Battlegrounds set and it's the Battlegrounds Festival. It can be a little confusing. These Battleground stats cannot be done from a festival player, so you'll have to go get one of the Battleground from the new set in the auction house. Just something to keep in mind. But still prioritize this. It's a free Hall of Fame option pack. The Beasts Hall of Fame option pack is now gone, so it's a weekly challenge. Make sure you get this done. It shouldn't be too hard. It can be done in breakout, get some bowls points, and you will need to get a Battleground player. Recommend checking out the diamonds. The diamonds typically are cheaper than the amethysts sometimes, and at least will hold their value. Amethyst might be a little cheaper, but we just see them crashing down over the next few days. So if you're gonna buy a Battleground player today or tomorrow, just grab a diamond in like the mid-teens and you should at least break even. If you grab an amethyst right now for 14,000 MT, it's just gonna go down. Just something to think about there. But one of the challenges for this free Hall of Fame badge is to play a showdown game. You can see I just hopped on. I said, you know what? I have to play a multiplayer game anyway. I just decided to knock it out. I don't play a ton of showdown, but for sure, when the time calls for it, I'm willing to jump in. Played a really sweaty game this morning against a pretty good opponent. Actually lost on a buzzer beater. It happens. But it was a good game that I fought really hard and he came out hot and I was able to bounce back. I did record it. Maybe we'll release the gameplay. If you guys want to see some more gameplay, I can do that. He was a good Div 3 player, only had 22 wins and was up in Div 3, so probably has a really high win-loss rating. So I felt overall good about the game. I did get paused after he hit the game winner on me. Not the best feeling, but we move on. It's all good. But yes, make sure we get the Hall of Fame badge. All-Star Team Up is still live, 222 on the channel again. If you can get this done, it's great. I mean, you'll get some festival pieces if you get All-Star wins. If that's your grind, another way to stack some challenges. This Berlin game, I didn't see it yesterday. I kind of mentioned it. They did load it into the game later that day, so it's here. Honestly, I don't think you need to prioritize this. I'm not sure if these balls will come back and have challenges associated with them later. I don't think they will. So if you need some stuff to grind, go ahead and take care of it, but don't feel like you need to do that. And these bottom 3 are just more season-long grinds. Keep track of your triple threat and clutch time wins. If you're grinding salary, chasing 150, keep track of it. And the season 4 rewards, just some nice rep boosts. We got to the level where Bradley Beal is. We just need a few more points with him. Pretty easy stuff. We'll just keep doing that as we go. Of course, the new big one, and before we even touch on it, there's nothing new in weekly challenges. Still get your Trey Murphy done. But of course, the big one, the festival. And you can see it's Battlegrounds Festival. It is a little bit separate than the Battlegrounds set, but they're both called Battlegrounds. But you'll need a Battlegrounds player to get this Battlegrounds Festival piece. Again, this is not a festival player, so if you get somebody out of the exchange, it won't track for these stats. You do need to get them off the auction house, or if you have like a free agent or hidden gem that's actually a Battlegrounds, that will work too. But again, this is super easy. This is one of the easiest they've given us. All this can be done in offline. All you need is 1 or 2 Battlegrounds players, and they're giving us a Galaxy Opal piece right off the bat. One question I have, drop down below if you know the answer. How long is this festival? I think it's going to be at least 2 weeks, maybe more. Really hoping it's not just one. So we have to see. None of this has timers. None of the imagery on X or Reddit that I've seen has any kind of dates. The timer in the exchange is like 30-40 days, which we'll dive into in a second, so not sure how long this is going, but as usual, knock these out. Definitely prioritize, especially this super easy Galaxy Opal. We'll see every day. We'll be logging in and seeing what new challenges, but I'm expecting new Battleground challenges pretty much every day. Doubt it'll be a Galaxy Opal piece every day, so definitely prioritize this one. but a great start and hopefully a sign of things to come, because as I mentioned, there are some very good cards in that exchange, which we will dive into. As usual, do training challenges. I mean, just anything you can stack. Now we have a festival, so this grind becomes even more efficient, but still knockout challenges. If you can get festival pieces and get badges on players, that's a double dip. We like that. Shout out to the signature challenge, get that done as well. The main thing here is, of course, the Battlegrounds tab. Just check in on that. Just one today. What a great sign of things to come. We can check out the play tab. Keep grinding through your things. Every mode in this tab will give you pieces after you win. Like after a showdown win, you get 3 gold pieces for the festival. Breakout is just 1. Triple Threat Park, I think it's 2. All-Star Team Up 2. And King of the Court should be 3 as well. So whatever you're grinding, it's a great day to do it. We're still working through Domination. I think it's 3 pieces from Domination. Either way, whatever mode you play, as long as it's not like a challenge game, like this challenge game here technically won't give you any festival pieces. Still kind of worth doing, but just something to keep in mind. Everything on this play tab will give you festival pieces after a win. So lock in on the mode. If you're doing Gauntlet, it's a great time to do it because you should be getting a festival piece after every win of that Gauntlet. Great day to grind and double dip. And they did give us King of the Court rewards. It's going to be live here in just a few hours. And the question is, do we play this weekend? And the answer is going to be yes. I think they really made it worth it. I definitely want to get tier 3. Not sure if I'll chase tier 2. Again, we'll be following the scores throughout the weekend. Ty is going for a 3-peat, which is insane to say. So that's all going to be really fun. We'll tighten up the lineup. It played really good in that showdown match I just had. I don't think I got outmatched from my lineup perspective. I think I just could have executed a bit better. But either way, we will tap into King of the Court. I recommend at least going for tier 4. 1 win and 2 losses should get you in tier 3. So play 2 to 4 games of King of the Court. Just see how it goes. Worst case scenario, 3 losses does get you tier 4. Might as well try it. That's my mindset. Of course, if you want to skip it and just kind of watch, that's fair too. But I do think it's worth it this week. The 92 plus premium pack or 95 plus premium pack. Kind of just a cherry on top. I really want those pieces. But yes, King of the Court is going to be live this weekend. We'll probably play Saturday or Sunday, probably live on stream, something kind of fun. But keep in mind, in the park on Sunday, it should be for a 5-game win streak. You can get a Dark Matter piece. That is how you can really maximize the festival. If you're getting pieces from King of the Court and that Sunday park win streak, I know it can be sweaty, but it's a free Dark Matter piece, which will go a long way. So just keep, again, on this play tab, this is where all the action happens. Whatever mode you're playing, it's a great day to play it because we're also getting festival pieces along the way. And without further ado, we need to hop into the exchange. And here it is, Battlegrounds Festival. Same formula as always. We're going to collect a bunch of gold festival pieces and try to upgrade them into amethysts. Challenges and King of the Court and Sunday Park win streaks will get us some higher tier. So we're going to start off with the Galaxy Opal. We'll get a bunch of golds along the way. And it's the same strategy we had at the Winter Festival. For now, stack as many pieces as you can. You can see the timer up there says 37 days. Typically that timer is like 3 days or 4 days longer than the amount of time you have to get pieces. So honestly, I don't know how long this festival is going to go for. As soon as I figure it out, we'll tell the channel. If you guys know, please comment down below. But I'm guessing at least 2 weeks. I don't think this is just a 1-week festival, which is great. I want as much time as possible to get as many pieces as possible. Honestly, as usual, I'm not looking at any of this fancy stuff. Porzingis is insane. He's really good. Devin Booker's insane. He's really good. Not going to be doable. No money spent or any, even like mid money spent. I mean, you got to really open the wallet for these top cards. So I will just kind of forget about them. Definitely don't need a coach. I would not even consider this 97 plus pack. Some people thought that might be a 98 plus pack, 99 plus pack maybe. So I would avoid all these, avoid the 95 plus. Guys, this is where it gets interesting. Maybe the dynamic duos, who knows? We'll see how many pieces we get. But honestly, I want to get Sar and Terry. I would love to get Sar and Terry. Last festival, we really crushed it. We got Jabari, Ray, and Evan Mobley. Potentially could have got Scotty and Evan. We will have to see if it's reasonable to get this on a no money spent type grind without ripping a ton of packs just from King of the Court, Sunday win streak. I mean, that's my goal. I want Sar and Terry. Both these cards are so good. If I have to choose, I'm not going to make that choice today. Today, I'm just stacking as many pieces as possible. That is my mindset, at least until we know when this festival ends. But at the top of the mountain, there is two insane attainable cards. I mean, we should for sure, no money spent, just grinding, get at least one of these cards, if not two. But they already gave us one Galaxy Opal piece. We know King of the Court. We know at least one Sunday win streak, maybe two. I mean, how many pieces? What is a Galaxy Opal? What does a Dark Matter translate? It translates into two Galaxy Opals. So one Dark Matter on a Sunday win streak will get you two. If we get 2 weeks of this, that would be 4 Galaxy Opal pieces from 2 Sunday Park win streaks, essentially. It would be halfway to Terry, pretty much halfway to Alex, plus the challenges, plus King of the Court. One of these guys at least should be attainable, if not both, no money spent. That could be a bit of a reach, but we will see. So I would say for sure, continue to stack pieces, but they also released a ton of pretty cool dynamic duos. This Spencer Dinwiddie card was already pretty good. Now he gets a dynamic duo. I haven't dove into all the dynamic duos. It's day one. At this point, I'm still just kind of taking it all in. At surface level, we know Terry and Sar are elite. You can check them on 2KDB. We'll look at their stats. Both these cards are insane. Some of these dynamic duos are probably really fun, but we also have to think about the market. Dynamic duos have been great for us. This Spencer Dinwiddie's already up. We've seen what Queen and Fears are doing. I mean, they fluctuate a bit, but they get really rare really quick, and then their price goes up. Some of these dynamic duos will have similar activity like that. I will be keeping an eye on Dinwiddie for sure. So that's just a great example. Like, this festival gives us so many ways to move and groove besides just these top 2 cards. But then also the Pink Diamonds, this Kuzma looks really good. People like him. He has a great jump shot. We'll have to look into this Brendan Jennings. It's only 1 Pink Diamond. I mean, maybe at the end we have an extra one. We'll see how close we get to both Sar and Terry the Dentist. Maybe I'll only get 1, and then the consolation is getting 1 and Kuzma. We'll see, but at this point I'm stacking because I want both of those Galaxy Opals if it's possible. These diamonds are probably pretty good. Kevin Huerter, it's kind of a fun name to say. His defense is serviceable. This Tracy Murray card, I mean, these budget festival cards are almost always really good. So if you want either of these diamonds, it's probably good value. They're only 1 piece. We know how good Koulibaly and Kamara have been. Definitely something to consider. Some fun jersey option packs, not really interested. Another good dynamic duo, this Nemhard was good before the duo. That Jarris Walker was decent. We actually looked at him when we were thinking about amethysts that could go up when they leave packs, but this is going to impact his market. If you can get a bunch of Jarris Walkers for cheap, he might get rare later on in the year. This is a dynamic duo people would want to run. I mean, Nemhard is point guard eligible. That's going to be a good card. Jarris Walker, this could be a really fun dynamic duo. So another duo that we can potentially make money on. Something to think about. For now they're free, so I would wait until the festival's over because so many people will get them for free, or use this festival time to try to stockpile a few for really cheap, on the auction house, and then you can just get this yourself. It's only 1 diamond piece. Probably recommend doing that. But we have to talk about the amethysts, particularly this Young Hansen card. He looks like one of the best centers in the game off rip. We will look at his stats, but he is 7'2". He can shoot. He can move. It is 10 amethyst piece, a bit expensive for an amethyst, but definitely prioritize this card too. So again, at this point, just stack as many pieces as you can. I would be a bit focused, knock out the noise of like these East-West option packs. Maybe there's some opportunity to like flip jerseys and make some MT towards the end of the festival, but for now, definitely circle some of these top cards that you're interested in. Me personally, definitely this Yang Hansen looks like a super cool card. Some of these dynamic duos have piqued my interest. We'll look at the diamonds. They're so cheap, we'll probably end up getting them, but for me, the 2 I have circled, both these cards are insane. We were just talking on my lineup. I'm like, I need center and I need shooting guard. Here's the festival to do it. And it's going to be good all the way around because the center market has been just barren. We've had a couple Wembys that they're so rare, and then it's Porzingis and David Robinson, the pink diamonds, that is. And besides that, there's just not a ton of good centers to run. Sarr is kind of the answer to that. He should, push down those David Robinsons and Porzingis price a little bit. This Porzingis will be so rare that he's not going to impact the market that much. He's so hard to get. But even then, Pink Diamond Porzingis should go down a tad just because now there's a dark matter available. And I think he might push the Wemby market down just a tad. Again, though, he's so rare. He's so expensive to get. He's not going to have a huge impact on the market. I think the center market will have a much bigger impact just in general from the Sarr card because he's going to be attainable. Whether or not we can get both of these guys, we'll have to see. But most people should be able to get at least one. And I think a lot of people will choose Sarr. He is really, really good. As good as Terry is, we just need centers right now. So if I have to choose between one of them, it's going to be a hard choice. But I know a lot of people are going to take Sarr. But overall, this festival looks great. Everyone's very excited about it. Get comfortable just coming into the exchange, upgrading your pieces, and identifying what you want to lock in for. I talk about it all the time. We see players logging into Park with free agents. Look, there's a festival now. There's no reason for that. You should be able to get a free Galaxy Opal piece day one. You can come in and pretty much get Kuzma day one. I think a Galaxy Opal piece probably translates into 3 pink diamonds. I'm guessing it does. It's actually 4. So 1 Galaxy Opal piece gives you 4 pink diamonds, which means day one, if you just want to come and get a card you can start grinding with, knock out that Galaxy Opal challenge, pick up a Kuzma, and you're ready to move and groove. For me, that's not the strategy. I'm stacking as many pieces as possible. But again, this is a very budget-friendly festival. It doesn't seem that way off the very surface. You're like, wait, how is this budget-friendly? Porzingis and Devin Booker. Just forget about these guys. No one's really going to be running them. There'll be like a few in circulation. Of course, you'll run up every now and then against people who have those type of lineups. But it's fine. These cards are still really good, and we can get a hold of them pretty much no money spent. So a lot of good budget options here in the festival. Very excited about it, and we'll be talking about it daily now for who knows how long. I'm not sure if it's going to be a 3-week festival, maybe a 4-week festival. That 37-day timer is kind of interesting. Again, if somebody knows when the official end of this thing is, I am curious. It just helps us line up our shot. We want to know the beginning and the end of something. Right now, we just know the beginning. But overall, a W. Nothing else really too exciting in the exchange. Of course, we still have our season exchange pieces. These can be a bit overlooked now that we have some fancy new Galaxy Opals. But look, they can pair really well together. If you're running a lineup with Jaden McDaniels and Terry, that's a pretty cool shooting guard small forward combo. Or throw Sarr in there. Just map out your shot. If having the fact that Sarr and Terry are available could impact who you choose from here. It's just more options. It's a good thing from 2K. We had that lull, no content Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but now it's a huge festival. Is that what they're going to do moving forward? Maybe not doing twice a week drops, but then Friday is a huge drop with festivals. Will we essentially always have a festival going on for the rest of the year? A little uncertainty. Maybe it's intentional from 2K. They want to keep us guessing a little bit, but just have fun with it. Maybe here in the pack market, they have a timer or something. Nope, they don't. But yeah, again, if you want to rip packs, that's of course on you. I'm stacking my VC and just getting the most out of this festival without right now. Who knows if I'm really, really close to Sarr or Terry, it might make sense to try to chase a few packs in the pack market, but I'd like to avoid that. And for now, I'm just coming in here, being aware of what's new. They got some new wild gems coming into the market. Maybe a Pink Diamond Wemby goes down. I doubt it. But yes, there's a new Battlegrounds set. That's what's here in the pack market. But then the festival is a bit different. And we can just look at it here, in plain view. So we have the Battlegrounds Festival cards. These are all the festival ones. And you can see the dynamic duos aren't in here because essentially they added dynamic duos to existing cards, like that Spencer Dinwiddie, who we did mention. He was already in the game. He was already a Frostbite. And then they just added a dynamic duo. They do that plenty of times. Just a normal card that doesn't have a dynamic duo. They say, you know what? We're going to give him a dynamic duo. And I will grab that Dinwiddie. He was selling at 35-ish, really higher. That was kind of a snipe even before this dynamic duo. And I know he's in the festival now, so technically a lot of people can get him for free. But these duos, over time, they just tend to go up. Even Queen, he's gone down a little bit now because there's just so many cards out. He's being a bit forgotten about. But over time, I'm just confident these duos will trickle back up just due to scarcity. But back to the festival. Yes, this is all the festival cards. We can look at this Yang Hansen. I mean, a really good card. 7'2", 270. Look at this 3-point shot. You would think with a card like this is, downfall would be like ball handle, maybe driving dunk. No, they gave him great ball handle. 86 is really good ball handle for a big. Evan Mobley has 86 ball handle. My Dave Cowens, who's 6'9", has 86 ball handle. 90 pass accuracy on a center is kind of insane. His interior defense, this is not necessarily elite. You would like to see that a little higher, but at 7'2" with his body, it's going to be fine. 92 strength. But look at the speed, 85 speed. I mean, Ilgauskas is like in the 70s. Is this card better than Ilgauskas off rip? Like, it's really a question that needs to be asked. This agility, pretty good badges, of course. You get 4 badge slots. You probably want to add a few. But dude, this is a really good card. Definitely prioritize this one. Maybe we'll be starting on some top teams. We saw Khalil Ware start on a lot of like sweaty lineup teams. Wouldn't be surprised if he fits that mold as well. So prioritizing him. This Kuzma looks really nice, as we've mentioned. Check him out. Great 3-point, great driving dunk, 6'9" at the small forward. Pretty good defense. Really nice jump shot from what I hear. So again, a very good card. But the creme de la creme, I mean, this Alexander Sarr, they did him justice. 7'1", only 205, so maybe a little smaller, but 7'1", 93.95 driving dunk. Goodness gracious. Good ball handle. Look at the defense, 98 block, 95 interior defense. This guy's going to compete at a very high level. He could even be, depending how you are in the sticks, he could, really give Wemby a big problem. Of course, Wemby's probably a better card, but just the fact we can get something like this for a bit of grinding is huge. He has so many badges plus 6 slots. So look at these Hall of Fame badges. I mean, Paint Patroller, Paint Prodigy, Physical Finisher, Posterizer, Post Lockdown. Defensively, this card's elite. I think you could give him almost every single badge with those 6 slots, at least the ones he needs. Huge card, amazing card. Terry, arguably just as good. This is a really fun card to use. Anyone who's been playing this game for a while knows year in and year out, Terry is almost always at one point one of the top shooting guards in the game. Sometimes they don't even give him shooting guard eligibility, which, impacts him, but they gave it to him here, and he can shoot. It's the 5 Ds of dodgeball, 3-point, defense, and dunk, plus size and speed. 6'7" at the shooting guard's amazing. 93 3-point shot, amazing. 95 driving dunk. What's the defense? 94 perimeter and interior. This is one of those cards. He'll be great in Showdown. He'll be great in Park. Really good card. 92 steal. Look at the speed. Can't say enough about this card. So going to be a tough choice between these two. They have given us a ton of good cards just in the festival alone. And the new set, I mean, it's pretty good. These Dark Matters, like, the funny thing with Michael Jordan is he's never considered a top elite meta card. People don't like his jump shot as much. He's super expensive. I'm definitely not going to be chasing him. Probably won't use that card. This T-Mac is probably insane. Arguably one of the best shooting guards in the game. Just one up. He'll be insanely expensive. Nafisa, not even one in the auction house. People probably aren't ripping the WNBA packs as much. Wouldn't worry too much about her. Maybe you're chasing collection or something. The Galaxy Opals look pretty nice. Nothing too game-changing. The set itself shouldn't actually crash the market much. T-Mac's a great card, but people don't go too crazy over Jordan, even though you think they would. These Galaxy Opals are good, but not great. Hidden Gems Clay, we've seen this card because he was a hidden gem for a bit. He's good. I don't see him being better than Scotty. I don't see his price getting up there. Maybe he ends around $1 million a few times, but honestly, this is probably a $600 to $1 million card once all things are said and done. He's a cone. It's Klay Thompson. Amazing defense, amazing threes. He's going to be good. Anthony Davis, is he better than Sarr? Maybe, I don't know, but probably not for the price. This card will probably be around $1 million. So again, it's a good, solid set, but nothing too crazy. They didn't release like a 6'8" point guard like a Magic Johnson, Dark Matter Giannis or something, game-changing like that. Just some good, solid cards. It's really the festival we're probably a bit more excited about. Of course, there'll be some opportunity to make MT on these guys. We'll let the Amethyst settle. We had really good Amethyst last set. I'm still seeing how they settle. It's a little too early of them being out of packs. Their prices are still a bit low. Probably a week or two before we try to sell the Amethyst Beast that we kind of stockpile. I got about 3 or 4 of each, just like I wanted from the AO, the Raynaud, and the Zaire Williams. But the one that's going to come to mind is Ronnie Brewer. He's a cult classic. People love this card. He's already a bit high, but there's a ton in the market, so we'll be very curious to see where Ronnie Brewer settles. Could probably make some MT off him, but I'll wait a day or two. Sometimes this Diop card, he was a festival card last year, and people rent him 7 foot, 300 pounds. He can't shoot though. The one last year could shoot really good, so that card's probably not going to be super meta. We just got a ton of really good Amethyst centers. Kind of happy to see that because maybe this will make Raynaud's price a bit more steady, though those Amethyst centers may take a hit because of Hansen, and that's a free card. That's crazy good Amethyst from the festival. He may impact Amethyst center prices. He might impact Pink Diamond center prices. Who knows? But the new set from top to bottom, it's good. It's, good but not great. I do notice they released 3 shooting guard Pink Diamonds, which I don't love because we invested a bit in that Eddie Jones. I do think he still has some room to grow just studying those past Pink Diamonds. He's still a bit common. I bought most of these in low 60s and 50s. You can see he's kind of there right now. I'll have to wait a week or two. With the newest set that just leaves packs, it usually takes a week or two before their prices go up. And that's what we've seen, on like Jumpstart Pink Diamonds were starting to trickle up. Maybe they trickle down now because of the festival. It's all cyclical. It does happen, but just keep in mind right now, because the new festival, the new set, market's probably a little bit lower. Give it a week or two, things will stabilize. Especially if this festival sticks around for 3 weeks. We're all really excited about it. In a couple weeks, things will definitely settle, but still plenty of MT to be made in the market on a day-to-day. Just be aware of the new cards. We're going to let them settle a little bit. Still not a bad day to pick up a few beasts if there's a couple meta cards that you think you can get for cheap. I did sell my Aldama for like 32. It looks like he's gone down a bit. I still see room on this card. Just a 7 foot. You can see I'm kind of lucky for selling him at 32. He's gone down to 20 now, just due to the hype of the new set, but a card like this could absolutely bounce back up, so I might even try to grab a few in the teens. Nice to see there's some 20 buyout, which means I might be able to win teens on bid, but just be patient. We have to see how the market stabilizes a little bit. If you already have a bunch of auctionable cards that aren't selling, maybe just use the day to kind of hold and grind the game. But if you have the MT, you're looking to move and groove, just know some of these mid-tier cards are down a little bit, but the market will stabilize. We saw it with Okongwu. When the Winter Festival was going on, Okongwu got so cheap. He was down like in the 40s. There was just so many cards flying around. We saw him fly right back up to bid. Now he's kind of settled. There's finally some on buyouts. But just because we have a new set and some cards have gone down doesn't mean that the whole market has tanked forever, especially because this new set, it's good, but it's not great. So we just give it a little time. It is a decent day to buy still. And if you are going to sell, just more day trades. Understand the daily floor. So if Aldama's now at 20K, that means my bids need to be, 10, 15, 16K, not the 20s to 25K that I could bid when he was selling in the 30s. And that's just the art of day trading. You do try to just move it the same day you buy it, because we know with new festivals and stuff like that, things can fluctuate so quickly. But of course, still ways to make MT in the market. As far as the high-end cards, still relatively stable, but yes, we're seeing a bit of a dip. Same thing, like Jokic, well under 500. He was a 500K card for a while. Badged out Shays are just holding value due to rarity. We did kind of talk about the rarity of some of these Galaxy Opals. It's just keeping their price up, but they still are dipping a bit. Larry ending closer to like 3, that's kind of cool, and he has a bunch of extra badges. Pretty good card right there. So if there's cards that you're eyeing, not a bad day to buy. Thursday, Fridays typically can be. Wouldn't be surprised to see the market stabilize a bit here over the next couple days as we settle into the festival, and we have to see about Tuesday drops. If we're consistently not getting Tuesday drops, this will be a very repeatable cycle. The market's going to dip Thursday, Friday, Saturday-ish, and then Sunday through Wednesday it should kind of peak up, and then it's going to dip again Thursday, Friday, Saturday, because if Fridays are the main content days, it's going to have that, one big wave. It used to be 2 content days where it would wave out Friday and Tuesday. It would kind of, make the market go up and down a couple times a week. If it's just happening one time a week now, it's going to be an impact. So we'll see if, Tuesday content is a thing. But definitely just keep monitoring the auction house. We have some new dynamic duos, which is fun. I'm still trading my Derek Queens. I'm trying to buy them at really aggressive prices, like 20s and 30s, just for that safety net when things like this happen. Now there's a couple flooded in the low 40s. Really what I do here is, one, try to find good deals. Like if people are listing at 38, maybe somebody gets trigger happy and just decides to list at 30. That's my buy now price. But other than that, I just stay patient. Yes, there's a few on the market, but once again, they're all ending pretty quick. Hopefully they get bought. I tried to sell a couple at 50. I don't think they did sell. That's fine. So I'll just send them back to my auctions and list them again at my profit range. As long as I'm still, making a little profit, maybe I'm willing to lower my price a little bit. But with cards like these dynamic duos, I'd rather be stingy. We got a long time to go, and cards like these can be used all year long. So a little bit more protection on these dynamic duos. Again, with our long-term holds, we have to have a reason for them to keep holding value. A dynamic duo is one of those reasons. Cards like Kenny Smith, he gets common and he gets rare, 18's a bit cheap. I usually buy him in like the lower teens and been selling in the mid 20s really all day. On a day like today, he's probably down a bit, but I'll stay patient. I still don't have too many cards I'm really trying to move. A couple from the beast. It's really all these wild gems I'm holding on to, which we'll have to make a gut call here eventually, because I'm not sure if wild gem exchanges are coming or not coming. We got no Tuesday content. This next Tuesday will be huge to see what they give us, on top of the festival, or are we getting no Tuesday drops through the whole festival? Bit of uncertainty. But just keep moving and grooving in the auction house. Use your filters to try to find good deals, and use your buyouts, or use the floor of the buyout to understand what's the cheapest the card's going for, what is the best deal I can get if I'm bidding on it. Like even if I just want to look at the cheapest diamonds in the game, it's probably going to be a bunch of the new sets, even some beasts. So look, like diamonds should sell pretty much like 12K. If you list a diamond, ooh, that might be a snipe right there. Goran Dragic for 12.5. Oh man, either the market's crashed or that's a snipe. But essentially, yes, try to find kind of the cheapest that a diamond will really sell for. This looks about 13K, and just come in here. That's the day's low. Maximum bid, maybe 8K. And I know if I can win any diamond from 8 to 10K, I'm going to be able to sell it for 13K and make a nice little change, chunk of profit. So anytime during the day, if you just want to day trade, I think this is one of the safest methods. Come in here and just underbid the market. I might have bid a little too high on that last one. I should be bidding about 8 on each of these. Make sure you stay disciplined on that. Don't overbid. But again, that's just a good day method. For a day like today where it's a little bit more risky to be, looking through the collection, I just think some of those mid-tier cards that we usually hunt are just a bit low. Buzelis is holding his value. He's just such a rare card, still in the 60s. This card hasn't dipped randomly, but cards like Bailey kind of have taken a little dip. Now here in the 40s, you could even buy one in the 34s, a little lower than what we've seen for Ace Bailey. So just keep in mind, some of these mid-tier ones went down just a touch, but if you understand the daily floor, you can still make MT. You can see this Kaishan, he was clearly in the 20s, now he's down in the teens. Maybe just avoid this one. There's a lot up, 15's not selling. So just a general mindset, use your filters. Yes, there's still deals in the past sets, but it's Friday, new set. Some of those mid-tier cards have gone down a little bit, which means it's really more of a good day to buy, and try to be patient with some of your investments. With that, we can check out the lineup a little bit. This was the lineup I just ran in Showdown. I really do like it. This Dave Cohen's card has actually really impressed me. I'm starting to get his jump shot down. He is a bit undersized. He actually crushed in the park last night. Shout out Maraf, shout out DW. We had a great run. Still looking to make upgrades. We got to think, Sar would be huge for this lineup. Of course, Russell Westbrook's going to be great. Terry would be great for this lineup. Didn't love what I got out of Eddie Jones that game, but pretty small sample size. So we'll have to see if we end up sticking with him or just try to sell him. But again, always be tapping into your lineup. This is going to improve a lot over this festival. I can't believe how much it improved over the Winter Festival. We will see how much it improves over the next one, and we'll see what I bring into King of the Court. I'll be playing probably Saturday, Sunday, like I usually do. Maybe we make an upgrade or two before then. But check out the Discord, guys. Would love to see some of your lineups. Discord is in my description. Would love to see either your lineups or your jerseys or anything fun like that. Definitely tap in. It's a great way to get some, synergy or community in the game. But really with that, guys, have fun. It's a great day in 2K. We got a ton of content. Knock out your Battlegrounds challenges. Knock out some Season 4 challenges, whatever you're working on. If you need to go grab one card out of the Battlegrounds set, that's what I did this morning. This came on. I got Brian Scalabrine and Andrew Bogut. Both look like pretty fun cards. And the reason I did it, you can just come in here and see, like, look at the cheapest Battlegrounds cards. And it's like 14K. That's pretty much what, maybe you can get an Amethyst for closer to 10 or so. But then when you search by diamond, you don't have to go up that much. To me, it just makes more sense to buy a diamond that should at least hold its value a little bit. Even then, like, that's a pretty cheap diamond. It's only a few thousand more than the amethyst, and we've just seen amethyst take such a bigger dive down. I got a Scalabrini at like 15, 16. That card could even go up. These porters could go up. He's a pretty good shooting guard. So instead of spending 12K on an amethyst, spend 15K. There's a 12K diamond. I might just grab him. Yeah, successfully bought him. Spend 12K on a diamond. Why not? I think it's a little better deal. I'm not sure what the absolute cheapest amethyst is. I'm sure some people will list these for pretty cheap. There's like a one-off. Oh, that's actually Ronnie Brewer. Let's go ahead and grab him. Okay, but still, so that was kind of an anomaly. Let's see what really the majority. Yeah. You could spend 10K on an amethyst. Maybe that Ronnie Brewer wasn't a snag. That's fine. I kind of want to check him out anyway, but I could see a card like this going up, and these are just such freshly listed. So spend 10K on an amethyst. I think they'll keep going down a bit, or you could spend 15K on a diamond, and honestly, I think they'll hold their value a lot better. Just one little tip there. But keep grinding the game, guys. Appreciate all the support. Knock out your challenges. I should be live tonight just to be talking about the festival, probably just grinding away, whether it's in domination or park or whatever we want to do. But yes, I'm curious how you all are thinking about this. Who do you want to take out of the festival? Are you going SAR? Are you going Terry? Are you pushing for both? How long will this festival last? We just don't know all the answers. It's only day one, and that's just fine. But we will be back tomorrow with another video. We should be live tonight. I appreciate the support, guys. Thank you. Please do like and subscribe. We're now chasing 300 subscribers. We're over 250, so we got a bit of a push to make. But I appreciate the support. We're going to keep pushing, keep making content. And I hope you all have a great Friday. Much love and peace.